The first thing we should do is use a white crayon to color in our teeth before you get started painting. In mine, I did it at the very end, but I think doing it in the very beginning is going to be really helpful for you to keep paint out of your mouth. So the first thing we're going to do is color in those teeth nice and white, and then we'll be ready to get started painting. You're also going to want to do this with the white parts of your eyes. So the inside of your mouth, the whites of your teeth, and the white parts of your eyes. The first thing we're going to be doing when working with our skin and our face and our hair is choosing some eye colors. I think it looks really interesting if you use more than one color. So my eyes are a little bit green and a little bit brown. So I'm going to use two different kinds of greens and a little bit of brown in the iris part of my eye. So in the center you have your black dark pupil, and around that I have the iris green part. Make sure you're leaving outside of the iris just plain white. You don't want to add any color to the white part of your eyeball. Once you're done adding your color, you're going to take a clean paintbrush, and if you use two colors, you can blend them together using a little bit of water. After you blend your eye color, you can go in with a black marker to add the black parts of your pupil. You might also want to leave a little bit of the pupil bright white to make it look like a highlight, but that part is up to you. For our skin and our hair, we're going to be using watercolor paint. Now, I have a couple different browns. I've got some whites, some black. We could add some yellow in if we needed to. But I have a little mixing tray. And what you're going to do is get a nice wet brush, dip it in your watercolor paint, and put it in your mixing tray. We're going to have to layer a lot for this. So at first, it's going to look really see-through. And as each layer dries and we go back on top, we'll be able to create our skin tone. When I first started, mine looked really yellow, so I'm going to have to lightly add in a little bit of brown. Just really take your time, because once it gets dark, 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 we can't really go back from that, but we're going to slowly layer up until you find your skin tone. You can play around with different ways to do this. You can dip right in the watercolor and paint it on your paper. You could take some of that color and put it in your mixing tray, and then grab another color and mix it all together to find one that works best for you. It is up to you for your approach. We want to be careful that we're not pushing down hard with our paintbrush, because our paper will be really wet, and if you push down when we're layering with watercolor, then it's going to create a hole right in the middle of your face. So take your time and very gently apply the paint to your paper. Once your skin is finished, we're going to do the same process of figuring out your color for your hair and your eyebrows. So play around with the colors, light or dark, mix them in your mixing tray, and work on your layers to create your hair color for your eyebrows and your hair if you have any showing.